It's time for Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, a podcast for people who love chickens.
Hey everybody, and welcome. It's Chrisie&Holly from Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. We're here, and this is episode number 214 of our podcast, where we talk about everything chicken, family, fun, and
more chickens.
More chickens. We drink a ton of coffee. I'm talking a ton, but most importantly,
we hug chickens every day.
And we kiss them too. Don't forget. We brew coffee from a little coffee roaster in Houston, Texas. Bright and early coffee. Holly Ann, what kind of coffee are we brewing today?
We're going with some native pecan.
Because we love it. And if you're not drinking it, like I said before, you're missing out. We have a code. It's CWTCL 15 for 15% off of bagged coffee. Where should everybody go?
brightandearlycoffee.com.
And if you like K-Cups or use those, go to Amazon and then follow them on social media. They got a chicken card. It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, are you ready to sip some of this delicious pecan coffee and chat?
I am, but first, a word from our sponsor.
We have some exciting news to share from our sponsor, Grubbly Farms. They're here, new and improved, Grubbly's World Harvest.
I'm a longtime subscriber, and my flock love the healthy, nutritious treats, plus orders $40 and more ship free.
If you haven't heard, Grubbly's has a fantastic layer pellet and crumble feed. It's packed with plant and insect protein, perfect for those picky chickens and ducks.
Grubbly Farms makes food and treats for healthy pets and planet.
To support us and Grubbly Farms, use the link grubbly.co/coffee. Try it today. Whew, going into 2025.
Yes, we are.
It's New Year's Eve.
It is, and 2024 has been real.
It is. It hasn't been half bad.
No. It's been real, though.
It's been pretty good. Holidays were nice, and we're still we're in the holidays right now.
Yeah.
Wishing everybody a happy New Year's. We talk about this every New Year's. This is going to be our 5th New Year's episode.
Yeah.
What's your New Year's resolution?
Do I have one?
You got to have one.
Well, we've talked about what we're going to lean into in the new year, and I think on my side, I'm trying to figure out some more streamlined ways of doing things to use my time more creatively. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
How about you?
Mine's going to be the same one. I've said it multiple times, is to be a little easier on myself.
Okay.
Just with not work or anything like that, but just with sometimes life in general. I'm always, I want to do everything this way, get it done perfectly, and, all these things. And sometimes that doesn't exist. So
sometimes done is better than perfect.
Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Like looking at what I need to get it done the way I want to, but sometimes giving myself a break. I want to overdo everything all the time, and there's not time for that sometimes.
Right.
I think I talked about this last week. It's just being kind to yourself. That's where I want to be more kind to me.
Okay.
In the new year.
Sounds good.
I love being kind to everybody, but sometimes, you got to be kind to yourself too.
I think it is human nature to be hardest on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think I remember, and I have to laugh because we went through New Year's resolutions one year, and I think mine was to laugh more.
And mine was to drink more water. These are still really good things.
They could still work, but I love to laugh. I could laugh all the time. It's great.
Nah. Nah.
So, what are you doing for New Year's Eve?
Well, this really fun chick that I know invited me over for lunch.
Yes.
Well, it depends on a lot of things.
Are you going to be out with the sheep? Because there are fireworks on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Now,
they're not as bad, though.
See, my neighbors that I think shoot off the fireworks, they have chickens, and I think they may be listening to the podcast.
Really?
Because this past 4th of July, you know what I say about 4th of July.
Oh, yeah.
This past 4th of July, Pete said they did something with the fuses. They made the fuses shorter or something, so they didn't fly over my fields.
Oh.
And the sheep were not as scared as they usually are.
Oh.
So
nice.
If you're listening, neighbors, thank you. And yes, let's get off to a good start in 2025 by not shooting fireworks over top of my sheep. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yay! And on that note, If you're listening to our show and you're loving it, head on over to Apple Podcast and leave us a written review. It does amazing things for the growth of our show. We want to see some written reviews if you're loving it. If we make you laugh, if you could just type that in.
Cry.
Hopefully we don't make you cry. And hit that subscribe button. You never miss an episode. And these people, they count them. We don't know who they are, but they count them.
If you're looking for other ways to help support the show, you can tell some chicken-loving friends about us. You can share your favorite episodes on social media. You can become a patron of the show. Patreon.com/Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. And the other thing you can do to help support the show is visit our website and our show notes, use our affiliate links and discount codes, and buy products from our sponsors.
Yay!
So, winter is coming.
It's better when Sean Bean says it.
Can you stay on topic for just a minute?
What topic?
Winter. Well, chickens, obviously. And igloo coops from Omelette.
Oh, yeah. You got to have an igloo for winter.
If you don't know igloos, they're engineered for extremes. Double insulated, waterproof, and stormproof.
They keep out any weather and all predators.
And you can just wipe them clean.
My girls and little man are so comfy in their Igloo Pro.
Mine too. Warm and dry all year round.
Winter is coming.
Be ready with an igloo.
Search Omelette. That's OMLET.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Do you like monthly subscriptions?
Does it have anything to do with chickens?
Of course.
Then yeah. Let us take a minute to tell you about Chicken Love.
You get a monthly Chicken Lady tea, treats for your flock, and a keeper care card.
And did you know with every multi-month subscription, you get a free Chicken Love logo t-shirt?
Really?
Yeah.
It's $36 a month with free shipping.
What are you waiting for? Get off the nest and click already. That's chickenlove.com. That's chickenluv.com. Get your subscription today.
The Breed Spotlight is brought to you by Murray McMurray Hatchery, defining quality for generations. For over a century, Murray McMurray Hatchery has remained a trusted family-owned business, working tirelessly to ensure our poultry meet the highest standards.
Whether you are an experienced enthusiast or just embarking on the journey, look to McMurray Hatchery for guaranteed quality, rare and heritage breeds, low minimums, and all the supplies you need to raise your flock. Request a free catalog today. For all it's time for the Breed Spotlight. We're giving you one of our favorite chickens 'cause it's what we like.
Yes,
it's
indeed.
time for the last Breed Spotlight of the year.
2024.
It's one of our favorites.
We are doing the Salmon Faverolles.
We love this chicken and
love them.
We love talking about the Salmon Faverolles, and we just love this chicken. So we know we've done it before. We just want to redo it because it's New Year's Eve and it's fun.
Well, we have a connection here too. We've, some fun history. I just have to say, my Faverolles are the quirkiest, funniest, most endearing little birds out there.
I love mine.
Have one with one eye and a slight cross beak. And I love her. She's cream puff.
And I have Clover.
Very special girls.
They're very special. And, once you save a chick and then that chick has special needs, yours has special needs, mine has special needs, you have a bond that's just unbreakable.
Yes.
So, yeah.
I adore my little cream puff.
And the normal Salmon Faverolles are all
pretty special too.
Yeah. Special.
Baguette's pretty special, and croissant is extremely special. I love these birds so much.
Oh, so let's talk about the Salmon Faverolles.
The ridiculously adorable Faverolles chicken was developed in France.
They're French.
Oui. Around the village of Faverolles, which is south of Paris. And just for your, just a note, Houdan is in the same general area.
There's a reason why I love all these chickens, because they're French.
If you don't know, somehow, Salmon Faverolles are a heavily feathered, medium-sized chicken that was developed to be a true dual-purpose breed. French farmers were trying to create a breed that was an excellent table bird, plus good winter layers, so that they had more products to offer at the Paris winter market. Now, somewhere in this process, this bird turned into one of the cutest chickens ever. and one with some strong ties to Christmas and New Year's holidays.
Well, that's fitting because we all call them they should be a chicken that lives in the Frozen movie. They're the Santa chicken, the Christmas chicken. They're just winter's chicken.
Yes, they really are.
They look like they belong at the North Pole.
It's a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
Now, 15 years ago, the Faverolles were critically endangered, but they're currently in the watch category of the Livestock Conservancy's conservation priority list.
Awareness to breed. What's wrong?
I think they've gone down a little bit. I think they had moved. I thought they had moved
into what's above watch.
Recovering, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm wrong about that.
I'm not sure.
They're in the watch category now. They're no longer critically endangered. It's a big thing.
I feel like awareness of breed, it brings a lot to the table. And that's something that we love to do. We love to make you aware of all these breeds that you might not have heard of before because they need help and they're awesome birds, and availability. The Salmon Faverolles is now available widespread where it wasn't before, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. They were very hard to find at one point. Yeah, definitely.
So now they're, I wouldn't be surprised if our local, the mill would carry Salmon Faverolles at some point.
I think I'd scoop in there and get some for real. Oh. I don't think I could resist.
I don't think I could resist either. That's for sure.
Now, in medieval France, and we're talking like hundreds of years ago, there were humongous feasts, huge feasts that were held at country homes and chateaus, generally after midnight mass or at least Christmas Eve mass had been celebrated.
I think you just wanted to say chateau.
Chateau. These feasts would last much of the night, and a large Yule log was generally burned in these large country fireplaces. And when we say a large Yule log, we mean that baby was sticking out into the room.
Well, yeah, we were talking about this over on Patreon, and we were talking about when we went to Williamsburg, and we actually went into where they taught you about the Yule log, that whole speech. Do you remember that? And we're sitting there with the girls.
Yeah.
And they told us they would go out and find the longest tree they could find, cut it down, and then it would take 12 plus days sometimes for this log to burn.
So they were burning from Christmas Eve to 12th night. So they were burning through the 12 days of Christmas.
So it stuck out into the house. Like they just kept pushing it in further and further.
And I guess they kept a little bit of it at the end of the year to put in with next year's.
Right. We learned all of that in Williamsburg.
Yeah. So in the 1800s, as more and more people moved to cities during the Industrial Revolution, the French developed the tradition of Réveillon. So Parisians and other city residents began holding their own Réveillon celebrations after midnight mass. But instead of a Yule log in the fireplace, because, they were living in the city in homes that did not have gigantic fireplaces and hearths. So instead of a Yule log in their fireplace, La Bûche de Noël was invented. This is a charmingly decorated Yule log cake. Right. If you haven't seen it before, look it up. Adorable.
And if you want more history on that, join Patreon because we talked about it this month and we give you the recipe over there.
This cake, the Yule log cake, the Bûche de Noël, it requires eggs. So a chicken who would lay eggs early in winter was necessary.
Right.
Egg dishes, puddings, and meringues were also typical fare at these feasts, along with seafood and roasted poultry. The Faverolles are not a typical heritage breed in that they actually mature early and will begin laying a lot earlier than a lot of the other heritage breeds.
Yeah, your babies are starting to lay now.
Yeah, both of my pullets are laying, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as you might expect, the decade when farmers were developing the Faverolles were the 1850s through the 1890s, which were the same decades that the Victorians were going Christmas crazy in England, and the French were reinventing their Yuletide and New Year's traditions. The French farmers used a lot of different foundation breeds, including the Dorking,
the Houdan,
the Brahma,
the Malines,
the Flemish Cuckoo,
the Cuckoo de Rennes,
which is a breed from Brittany, France.
Nice.
It took a few decades of work before the Faverolles started to have that uniform appearance, but at some point, probably during the 1880s, they started to look like those birds that we know and love.
Right. Yeah, because I couldn't imagine looking at them as other than just to lay you eggs.
I know.
Any other way to say it.
They're such the perfect chicken lady breed or chicken gent, because Pete's like, we could have all Faverolles and he'd be happy.
They're just,
the dearest little chickens. Now, in the 1890s, the Faverolles arrived in the UK and they quickly became a favorite breed. Like, everyone loved them.
And of course, our favorite person had to write.
Well, Lewis Wright was talking about the comb. So he wrote that breeders in the UK were struggling a while with the straight comb because with the Brahma and the Houdan genetics, combs were showing up in a lot of not straight forms. I mean, just think about it. Pea comb,
Right.
devil comb.
Right.
Eventually, the straight comb won. Faverolles arrived in the U.S. in the very early 1900s. They were imported by Dr. Phelps of New York.
Related to Michael.
I don't know, maybe. Now, Dr. Phelps placed an ad in a 1904 poultry journal advertising his Faverolles for sale. He was breeding them.
Right. He brought them directly over.
Right. And that was his big selling point. They were imported directly from France and England by himself. Because at the time, it was probably pretty easy to get cheated with non-purebreds. You really had to.
Well, this day and age too.
Still, exactly. So Dr. Phelps is kind of an interesting guy. He also bred Lakenvelders. He occasionally wrote articles for the poultry journals of the time.
Right.
And what we thought was really interesting, he mentions the salmon, but several other Faverolles color varieties that used to be available here in the U.S., including
Go ahead.
the ermine,
The black,
red,
spangled.
and blue.
Can you imagine?
Gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, in Faverolles, the ermine is essentially the same pattern as the light Brahma. So if you picture a Faverolles in the Colombian pattern, but with a big white beard and muff,
Oh my gosh.
that must have been adorable. The salmon color was admitted to the standard of perfection in 1914, and the white Faverolles were admitted much later in 1981.
I've seen the white. They're really pretty.
They're really cute.
They're really
so
pretty.
cute.
So let's go into how they look really just adorable,
Mhm.
cute, cuddly, huggable,
So cuddly.
except for Angelica. She is a boss lady.
She's a little different.
She likes to rule the roost, and she looks at you like
She's as cute as everyone else, but she's definitely the boss.
she's hardcore, man.
Mhm, she is.
Okay, so they are medium-bodied chickens with feathered legs, and Angelica has some beautiful feathers
She
growing
does.
out.
Mhm.
They look awesome. Full muff and a beard, straight comb, white legs. What you can see of them.
Mhm.
Basically, their feet are more feathered than their legs.
Yeah.
Where the coach and, the legs are really
Right.
well feathered. So, now, they do have 5 toes.
Which they get from their dorking.
They do.
Yeah, their dorking forebears. Or do Houdans five toes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, in the Salmon Faverolles, hens are a beautiful mix of salmon, brown, and cream shades. That's why I think they look like, along with the beard and muff,
Yeah.
that they belong in the snow somewhere.
So cute.
Now, you don't want them in the snow because you don't want
They're
the-
softy chickens.
No. And the roosters have, and I've said this before, the black beard, and it's all front, the black.
Like from their chin down.
yeah,
is black.
they're
yeah.
a pirate chicken on also.
It makes it really easy to tell them from the females as they're growing out.
Yes, it was so funny because this is different. This is about little man. But as soon as his eyes started looking bigger, I was
Mhm.
like, uh-oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Don't think it's a girl.
Not a girl.
But they look very different from the hens, but just as cute.
Yeah,
that
they
coloring being a little bit different. Now, the APA, the Standard of Perfection, puts their ideal weights at 8 pounds for roosters and 5.5 for hens. We have found they're smaller.
Well, ours are not up to breed standard for sure.
Ours are small.
And when you see the ones that are breed standard, they do look bigger because they're so fluffy.
Now,
Like the ones at the show.
in Ohio,
Oh, Lord.
they're like 3 times the size of ours.
They really looked like it. Mhm.
they're like massive chickens.
But
Now,
I think it's fluff.
they're just big. Like ours look like miniature Faverolles
They
next
did.
to them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at egg laying. The hens are pretty good layers, averaging about 180 medium to large light brown eggs per year. They are in that light brown kind of
Yeah.
category. And Faverolles hens will occasionally go broody, which I like to say they go broody a lot.
Croissant has it. Knocking on wood.
All of mine.
I know you have struggled with it. I know.
I've struggled with those Faverolles all wanting to go broody, and I'm
Well,
like, please. I feel like once they see one, that
I feel like that in
they
general.
go in sync.
If you have a broody flock, if you get more broody breeds, I feel like it's a hormonal connection.
It's hormones, man.
They all start to go.
Tonight when we're recording, I put the chickens in, and you're like, June went in, and everybody came out.
Oh, she did, Mama June.
I was
June
like,
cleared the house. Even Spicy came out.
she's hormonal, man. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Okay, so reports say they're relatively easy to break from broodiness.
And I said, however, because I know you have had a different experience.
Yes. I
Okay.
myself have had a different experience.
Well, like I said, I think if at your place you have broodiness begets broodiness, is my opinion.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. But they are sweet and very docile. And they love to.
They're also active. They're kind of more active than you would realize and really alert. And that's just part of their personality where they're just curious and they're kind of always under your feet.
They're always right there. Sometimes, I mean, they love to talk to you, walk and talk to you.
Oh, they do.
And they're a chicken that's just always around. Now, poor Ivy had the bumblefoot that was bad like 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
So before that, she would just always want to be picked up. But because I had to treat that bumblefoot so badly, sometimes that does change the personality a little bit because they're like, no, mom's going to bandage my foot again.
Yeah, they're just a little more cautious.
They're a little bit more cautious at that point.
Watch putting them into an already established flock with strong personalities because as we say over and over, they're softer chickens.
They're going to be at the bottom of the pecking order.
They really are.
Unless you're Angelica.
Angelica is an anomaly. I mean, she really is.
So they're very cold hardy, but think about it on the opposite. They don't like the heat.
And they need help to keep cool. I mean, they're so feathery.
They are.
Like cool water, lots of deep shade.
I mean, I've had to bring them in and put them in front of a fan before because you have to watch them because they have a lot of feathers.
It can come on them quickly, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of comb or wattle to disperse heat.
Right.
I keep a close eye on mine. Well, we keep fans in the coop even at night to just keep it cooler.
But sometimes I've had to put them in front of the fan and just cool them down. Yeah. So you do have to watch them in especially warm areas.
No, they're very good show chickens, and they have been since the late 1800s. They are not at all predator savvy.
No.
No. And they definitely may need some muffs trimmed away from their eyes occasionally to prevent obscured vision.
Yeah. It's not as bad as the Polish and the Houdans, but
I've had to trim chick feathers, like when they're babies, because they had so much muff. They are very healthy and hardy chickens, but again, they are not super rough and tumble. So you might want to reconsider them.
They're in our soft chicken category.
If you're wanting them for a hands-off homestead breed, they are not that.
I feel like they're the ones that if they get even a very small bumblefoot or something, they are limping a lot or not wanting to walk.
Yeah.
And it's just their personality. They're soft. You have to know that about some chickens. Like Spicy, not soft.
Tough little girl.
The Rhode Island Red.
Right.
But Ivy or Angelica or Clover, a little bit softer.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think of the right word to sum them up because they're not just, I know we hate the word ornamental, but they're not just like this ornamental chicken.
No.
They're good layers.
Right.
They're really good in a mixed flock. There's so much good about them.
And they're really friendly and a good companion.
Yes.
So, when you come out, they're going to want to be sitting around you or on you or be with you, right there with you. And they're fun to look at. They're cute as a button. And they lay you lots of eggs once they start laying again. Mine need to start laying again.
They're not huge eggs.
No.
But there's,
But ours are huge chickens.
And again, they were developed as winter layers. And my pullets are laying now.
Oh, hush over there.
Sorry, man.
I need those eggs.
I know.
I need Clover to lay an egg. Seriously. Everybody say a prayer for Clover to lay an egg.
Oh, good heavens.
Please.
That chicken. We really think that every chicken lady or chicken gent should have a couple of Faverolles in their flocks. They're just wonderful.
I mean, really, you don't know until you have them. So just get one always get two of everything because they seem to pair up.
And, they'll help with your holiday baking.
Yes, they will. Okay, so here's the main question. Where can you get them?
McMurray has a really lovely line of Faverolles. I have 2 of them. They are beautiful and they have good beards, which matters. Little Baguette. She looks amazing. Her beard is huge.
Yeah. You just have to make sure. Sometimes I feel like by the end of the summer, some people like to try to pick out the beards.
Okay. Croissant, what's Croissant, 4 now?
Yeah.
She came through her molt looking beautiful, and she had beautiful beard and muff. She still has the beard, but the muffs are gone.
Already?
Yeah, already, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And you know who it is? It's those darn Leghorn girls.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. You know what happened this summer? This is off the topic, but go out there in the morning and Spicy's fine.
Okay.
Go out there an hour or 2 later and she's got no freaking neck feathers.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
We were calling her the naked neck.
And I'm like, what happened? You clearly didn't just lose feathers. And then I come back and she's standing completely still under her neck. And Basil, the Andalusian's just plucking the feathers out.
It must be a Mediterranean thing because the other one who plucks feathers off a croissant's face is Delilah, the Egyptian Fayumi.
Oh, my God.
It's a Mediterranean thing.
It's crazy. Okay, so Give us a story, hit that mention button, put our name in of your Faverolles. We want to see all of them because they're so cute.
We love them.
We love them.
Abby has Pierre the rooster.
Yes, Abby.
He's
you better
hubba
give
hubba.
us a story out there.
Are you ready to dive into the fascinating world of backyard ducks? Look no further than Metzer Farms, your premier destination for top quality waterfowl. Whether you're a seasoned breeder or just starting out, Metzer Farms has everything you need to elevate your flock to the next level. And if you're passionate about call ducks, you're in for a treat.
Metzer Farms hatches a stunning variety of call ducks, meticulously bred for their miniature size, beauty, and calm temperament. From snowy whites to vibrant colors, each duck is a masterpiece waiting to grace your backyard. Visit MetzerFarms.com today to browse their extensive selection and start your journey into the wonderful world of waterfowl. Metzer Farms, where passion meets perfection.
If you're looking for a chicken coop that's produced in a planet-friendly, sustainable way, try Nestera.
Each coop is made from highly durable, 100% recycled plastic that keeps the equivalent of up to 2,000 shampoo bottles out of a landfill.
Their clean, modern design will fit into any garden or run area and comes with an industry-beating 25-year warranty and a range of handy accessories.
Simple to put together, so quick and easy to clean, and most importantly, red mite resistant. Your chickens will love it.
Quick shipping from Nestera.us.
For a 5% discount, use the affiliate link in our show notes, on our website, and on Instagram. Link in bio. Check them out today. Roosty's proudly sponsors Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. They're back with an innovative new product. You're going to want to check this out.
It's an extra large set, a 14-pound feeder and 3-gallon water with steep anti-roost lids. They're made of super durable material. You can either stand them on legs or hang them on brackets on your coop or fence. They're easy to remove and clean too. Plus, they look awesome.
We personally use Roosties and we're huge fans. So if you're raising chicks or keeping chickens, check out the Roosty store on Amazon or follow the link in our show notes. Okay, so let's move on to main topic. Yeah. Okay, so this is the main topic that we talk about our year in review. Some highlights of our year, we're going to do some stats of our year, like our top episodes, top recipes. So highlights of the year, travel.
Yeah, we did Cooptastic in March.
And then we did Murray Fest in June. We had a really fun time traveling around.
It was great.
Meeting listeners was so much fun. Getting to know some new people. Some people, like, we got to meet Mark over at Neutrina and the Neutrina crew. We met the Metzers. We love them. We got to meet everybody at Murray Fest that we've been talking to for years, and we got to meet Ginger over there in person. Everybody.
That was fun.
And we've made a lot of new friends in the year. Some of which have been on the show, some of which haven't been on the show yet, but will. So, yeah, that's one of my highlights of the year is meeting so many amazing people.
Yeah, meeting listeners, just chatting. It's really been wonderful to see how many people have gotten into chickens and said, like, this changed my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. And, this year we love making a difference in your life and the life of your chickens by helping some people. We've helped a lot of people with some problems with chickens, and we love hearing updates and how they're doing. If you're one of those people, always give us updates, send us a message. We would love to hear it.
Absolutely. So we publish an episode every week, as we always do.
Every week this year, again.
How many countries are we in now?
Lots. like over 140, I believe.
Wow, that's amazing.
We have people in over 140 countries in this world listening to us. That's amazing.
I love it that many people are chicken people.
Yeah, we have listens in about 10,000 cities.
Jeez.
Amazing. And we've added new ones this year. I think like some of the fun countries like Fiji, like different things like that have been fun over the years.
In 2024, we concentrated on having guests on the show. Everyone loves the guest. We love the guests too.
So do we.
So who have been some of your favorite guests?
Oh man, you put me on the spot.
I know that's hard to do, isn't it?
All of them.
Yeah.
I just love talking to people. There are some guests that have turned into our friends.
A lot of them.
Yeah, most of them. And, I'm one of these people that the more people that you know that can be your friend in life, hey, the better you are. You have a network and you have people that care about you. You care about them.
Absolutely.
And yeah, we've had some amazing, amazing guests.
You have any favorite episodes? All of them. I actually liked How Many Chickens Can You Afford?
Hey, that one actually,
I felt that was useful.
Yeah.
Like it was useful. I mean, so we will continue to have guests on the show, but we've said this a couple times. In 2025, we're leaning into problem solving.
Right.
So you're going to hear us doing more episodes ourselves.
Right.
Talking about things that we've experienced, answering listener questions.
I think some of my favorite episodes with guests too are like, I've really enjoyed interviewing the Metzers and meeting them and working with them.
I like the quail episode with Zach Green. That was really fun.
I mean, just the guests do make it so, like, when we talk, sometimes people don't know this, but, we do have editing, we do have editors, and they tell us, you have a time frame. And we have to set a time, and we're constantly going over it because we love talking to everybody so much that we just can't stop doing it. It's just the other thing about 2024 is we've branched into more poultry.
Yes, we have.
In this year. Because we're finding
Guilty.
You got geese, but the thing is that we're branching into doing that. I keep thinking about favorite episodes, and honestly, of 2024, as we're talking, I'm like sitting here thinking too. It's like Casey Morris, who wrote Of Love and Chickens.
I love that book, Love and Chickens.
I love the book, but I love talking to her because it brought out something in us. Like, we laughed so much with her.
Oh, it's fun.
Because I was like, look, the book goes to a movie, then we're going to play these people.
That's why you liked it.
We're going to play these people. But there have just been so many things. Recording multiple episodes when I had COVID and 103 fever.
Oh, boy.
That was more memorable.
Last year?
That was this year.
That was, okay.
That was in January, or that was in February. And, talking to Ginger over at McMurray and being like, hey, guys, I'm sweating. And
yeah, you were pretty sick.
You're pretty sick.
Yeah.
I mean, the show must go on.
And that is the truth. The show must go on. And the show does go on.
It does, in all different kinds of ways. Like, you've been driving over in torrential rain. We've been doing
It's been like monsoon season.
Yeah. I mean,
feeding the sheep at 9 o'clock at night with a headlamp on.
Yeah. I mean, how many chickens and people have we helped? That makes this worth everything.
Yeah.
I love, we've said this before, but the updates and getting the pictures of the chickens that made it.
Love it.
Love it, love it, love it.
This is probably a good place for us to put this. We've been so busy in so many wonderful ways. I'm not able to get to the email as much anymore.
Send the messages over to social media.
So if it's something that you need answers for quickly,
come to me over on social.
And if it's something that Chrissy can't answer for whatever, well, we confer on everything anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it'll get to me, but I really am overwhelmed.
I can answer everything. It's just we confer on everything.
We do. But I'm honest, I'm overwhelmed and swamped with email right now. So that's the truth.
If you just send a direct message over.
She's on it. You'll get both of us.
Yeah. I mean, generally.
She might call you too.
I've been known to make some phone calls over the year. So you might hear your phone ringing from me.
Right.
You never know. But yeah, there's so many good things. Now, we have noticed over the year 2024 that popularity of chickens seems to have dropped a little bit, where people are branching out to different poultry.
Yeah, definitely ducks for sure.
Ducks seem to jump in popularity for sure.
And quail did as well.
A little bit. Now, you got geese, but we didn't see a huge jump with those.
I mean, I feel like geese are a little more specialized. Like, it's hard to have geese in your random urban backyard.
Right.
They are loud. They are demanding. Or maybe that's just Mirabelle. They are, I mean, I just feel like geese are kind of like sheep. They're a farm animal.
Yeah.
Like you can have them as pets, but it's hard to keep them in the regular backyard without a lot of space.
Yeah. So honestly, this year has been busy in a really good way.
Let's do some fun stats.
Oh, we're going to do stats. Okay.
So the past year, our most popular webpage has been our homepage, obviously.
Obviously, because that's where you come in.
But the second most popular thing on our website has been our tips for helping shipping stressed chicks.
No shocker there.
Love that. Followed by affiliate links and discount codes.
Yay! You're helping us all out.
Our recipes, and then the hosts. People need to learn about us.
Yay! Oh, this is so funny because if you go on Google and you look up Coffee with the Chicken Ladies, someone has asked our age.
Repeatedly. People are Googling our ages.
We'll never say.
67. We love you, Carla. Okay, so our most popular recipe is the mango nectar cake.
Okay.
I developed that thing years ago, and it is delicious. It's also really easy because it's one of the cheater recipes. Use a yellow cake mix for it.
Yeah, I think that's why some people...
Oh, it's so delicious, though.
Yeah, I love cakes like that.
Let's do the top 5 recipes. So mango nectar cake. Number 2 is the Polish egg salad or egg spread.
Right.
Really good and different. Number 3 is Judy's breakfast bake.
My late mother-in-law. Yeah.
I think that was all the way back in episode 4, I think.
Now, we made that for the holidays because we make it you make it on Christmas Eve and then you bake it on Christmas morning every single year.
We need some Faverolles laying for you for that one.
Yeah.
And then number 5 is baked mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. Yeah, so it's been a really successful year. You, our listeners, make it successful. As we are doing our problem solving, setting up episodes for the new year, message Chrissy and tell her if there are any breeds you want us to do, if there are questions you want us to look into.
Right.
And if it's something that we don't know, we'll find an expert who does.
Well, that's what we do. We bring in the guests who know what we need them to know for you guys if we don't know it ourselves. But all in all, 2024, can't complain. For us, it was a good year, very busy in a good way. We have lots of good things on the horizons for us, and we're going to keep continuing to bring you all the information that you're going to need to help make things a little bit easier for your chickens and for you in taking care of them and helping you with finding veterinarians and medical care and fighting for medical care for these animals because they deserve it. That's
and a
what
reminder
we do.
To keep it fun. It can stay fun. It can be fun.
Heck yeah, it's fun. I mean, take the time, hug and kiss the chickens and, all the fun things. Do the photo shoots. Do everything that you need to do. Take time with them. And when something serious comes up and you need help, we're here always. We're always here for you guys.
Just message Chrissy.
Holly Ann is checking out.
The reality is I do so much behind the scenes and we have so many people reaching out to us.
Yeah, we have a lot.
You are amazing with that.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. Come over to the social media. The best way to get me is on IG Messenger over there. And those come right into me as soon as I can. I will answer you. Especially if you have problems and we want to help you. We actually call veterinarians around the country and help you guys find a vet that will see your chickens. We've been doing it for 5 years now, and we will continue to do it.
We will.
Okay, but welcome in 2025.
Yeah, thank you 2024. Our friends at Good Eggs solved the age-old question of how should I wash my eggs?
They're chicken people just like us who created the original silicone egg scrubber.
Both Chrissy and I use their brush and natural enzyme wash every time.
It's a total game changer.
It makes cleaning eggs so much faster and easier. Plus, they have a lifetime guarantee.
Good Egg is a small family business right here in the U.S., and they donate 10% of all profit directly to folks affected by cancer.
Go check them out at goodeggstuff.co.
That's goodeggstuff.co. Tell them Chrisie&Holly sent you. And on that note, let's move on to
cracking the eggs.
Cracking those eggs. Now, it's about partying. New Year's Eve is about the party, right?
This sounds like a fancy recipe, but it's really, really easy to make.
So when you go to your friend's house or they come to your house, do you want something that's going to be a little bit eloquent? Did I say that wrong? Eloquent.
Elegant.
What am I saying? I'm tired.
Unless you want your food talking to you. I don't know you want eloquent food.
God, I'm so tired now. You want your food to be,
a little elegant, a little fancy.
Elegant and fancy, right? Fancy. So we're going to do coconut chocolate meringue bars.
They look really, really great.
But they're easy.
They are easy.
Okay, so let's go through the ingredients. 3/4 of a cup of butter or dairy-free butter, 1.5 sticks. Okay, that's how much that is. 1/2 cup of sugar, 1.5 cups of packed brown sugar, 3 eggs separated, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 cups of all-purpose or gluten-free 1-to-1 flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of flaked coconut, 1 cup of chopped pecans, and a bag of chocolate chips or dairy-free chocolate chips.
You're going to preheat your oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. In a large mixing bowl, combine the butter, the sugar, 1/2 cup of the brown sugar, the egg yolks, and the vanilla, and beat them until they're thoroughly blended. In a smaller bowl, you're going to whisk together the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. Add the flour mixture into the butter mixture and stir it together until it's fully incorporated. Turn that dough out into a 13 by 9 inch baking dish and press it in across the bottom, just slightly up the sides. Obviously, you're making a crust.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to sprinkle the chocolate chips, the coconut, and the pecans all over the top of the dough. Set that aside for now. You want a medium to large mixing bowl. You're going to beat the 3 egg whites until they begin to get foamy. Now that other entire cup of brown sugar, you're going to slowly add that into the egg whites while you whip them. Keep going until you've used all the sugar and you have stiff peaks formed in the meringue. Spread the meringue as evenly as possible over top of the chocolate chips and pecans and coconut.
It sounds delicious.
Pop it in the oven. It's going to bake for about 35 to 40 minutes. You want to let this cool completely before cutting and serving so it's not as crumbly. And that's it. It looks
awesome.
Fancy, and it is easy, and it is delicious.
And coconut and chocolate are one of my all-time favorite combos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so good.
You know,
and
I love it.
The shortbread crust with the egg yolks in there is just...
It's awesome.
Just a little hint of rich and delicious. This is a lot of fancy for a little effort.
It is. Now, try it. You might like it. Take it to your friend's house, your bestie's house on New Year's Eve, and enjoy it together because you're welcoming in the new year. Now, we're ready to move on to retail therapy. Retail therapy. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so we're talking chicken booze. Now, here's the thing. We talk about it every New Year's Eve episode, but this year, we're not finding a lot of new alcohol out there with chicken on the label.
Right. There's a disappointing number of...
Not new,
exactly.
That should be our next endeavor. We have to come up with a wine.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this because this was really hilarious. Bon Appetit did an article on La Vie Fermée.
I mean, that's like the most well-known chicken wine
and they
ever.
called it the It Girl Chicken Wine, and it has gone viral, especially the rosé.
We love their wine.
Love it, love it.
We love it. We drink it all the time. If they're listening, come see us.
Send us a case of rosé, please. I do love that rosé because it goes really well with food.
Yeah.
In my old age, I was a passionate devotee of red wine. It gives me headaches now.
Yeah.
So I need a lot of wine and rosé or white.
There's always the go-to Rex Goliath.
Love me some Rex Goliath.
I mean,
I think they have a Pinot Grigio.
Yeah.
That's a really nice one too.
And that's an inexpensive wine that you could just have.
You can buy the juice box. You can't go wrong with some Rex Goliath. I love it.
Now, if you're what is it? Was it whiskey?
Well, I found Tastes Like Chicken vodka, which is just wrong.
That is
wrong
wrong
on very many levels. Tastes like chicken vodka. It's not an expensive vodka. I'm not sure that you're getting a really high quality one there.
Right.
Maybe for the yucks.
But no, what were we talking about? Was it whiskey? What's that one that's called?
Just chicken cock whiskey.
That's it.
Okay.
You can get that. We talked about that one in the past.
That whiskey's been around for a long time.
Isn't there another one called the Chooks?
Now that's a
Shiraz.
Yes. The Chook Shiraz. Sparkling Shiraz, actually.
It's really good.
It's really good. I love that one. Yeah, they're out of Australia or New Zealand. I don't remember
I just gave you a bottle for Christmas last year, this year.
You did.
This is where we need help. Send us a message on social media if you know of other chicken label alcohol that we can try out, because we want to keep doing it every New Year's Eve, but if we can't find new ones, we're going to have to find something else to do.
I think we might have to branch out to turkeys, ducks, and geese.
Maybe. So send us a message.
There's got to be like a silly goose wine out there, right?
If you know of any poultry wine labels. That's the other thing. People buy their own labels.
Right, that's true. Or beer.
Yeah.
I mean, hard cider,
kind of
whatever.
alcohol.
Any booze.
Yeah.
We will accept any and all booze. if it has poultry on it.
Yeah. So that's it. Drink your wine, your Chicken Lady wine or whatever, and have a great New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So should we tell everybody what we're going to be talking about next year?
Next year, for the first week of January, we are spotlighting an ancient and very little known European chicken, the Thuringian chicken.
Oh, yes.
Fiona is joining us for a roundtable, subject to be
determined.
Oh, cracking the eggs. Veggie soup with egg dumplings.
That sounds really good.
That sounds really good right now. Oh, and retail therapy. This is going to be fun because it's cold. We're talking chicken socks.
Because it's cold and your feet need to be warm.
That's socks for you and not your chickens.
What should we tell everybody to do until next year?
Hug your chickens.
Every day and kiss them too. We'll talk to you next year. Have a great and happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
If you'd like to see more of us, please follow us on Instagram at Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. If you'd like to help us grow the podcast, please leave us a written review on Apple Podcasts. If you'd like to become a patron of the show, please visit our Patreon page, patreon.com/Coffee with the Chicken Ladies. Thanks for listening.